So Jimmy, a 1-1 draw against one of the league's informed sides. Satisfied with a point?
I would have probably taken it before game, Dan. We knew it was going to be a tough game. They've won 3 on the bounce, quite convincingly. Yeah, it was nip and tuck, wasn't it? I thought we played really well today. I thought every one of them. I asked them before game. I said, make sure you're a minimum 7/8 out of 10, and I thought they all got to them levels. Even the lads who came off the bench affected the game well. I think we've had a couple of chances where we could have won it, but look, we'll take a point on the road here. They're a good side. They've got some good players. I thought their left winger was a real handful, real tricky, quick, direct customer. And I thought Tom Russell was fantastic against him. As were a lot of other lads. I thought we played really well. And, for me, it was more about our first 2 away games since we've been moved into this area. We've started really slowly. And for me, it was about being quick out of the blocks today. And, we've got to look at things every week. It'd be mine and the management team's job to look at weaknesses and areas we think we can do better in. And one of them that we identified that we're still on the coach in the first 45 minutes. Not the case today. I thought we came out of the traps really quick. Set the standard, and I think we surprised these a little bit today. To be fair, I thought they weren't expecting us to be as strong as we are, and we know when we get the strength, play to our strengths, and do things well, then we're going to be a problem for anybody. Having said that, there's some good teams in this league. We've played Redcar, Gisborough, and Blyth now, and they're all tough opponents in their own right. So we know the league's not going to be easy, but we seem to be warming to it, I would say, and. I think like a couple of players who I spoke to individually at the dressing room, I just was a little bit worried about, and in terms of I just didn't think the performance levels have been where they should be, and what they produced last season really pleased me today because they got back to them levels. So I was pleased on the whole. I thought everybody really mucked in to get us a good point on road.
Yeah, one of the things you can't question is the commitment of the players who battled really well today after a challenging week.
Yeah, well, there's lads out there who are cramping up and playing with knocks and things like that. But I think, to be fair, at the end of the day, I said to the lads, I said, look, twice now on the road earlier on in the season, I've had to get about here at half time and get a reaction out here. I don't want to be having to do that every week. And, you're a better group of players than that. And to be fair, today, the lads who've come off the bench have done really well. Josh come on and got a good half an hour, 35 minutes, something like that. Stano and Jim Craig came on and did well as well. And it's tough when you come on in a game which is really tight like that, but we didn't have any qualms in putting them on. Jim's just coming back from injury and Stano's been ill. He's had an ear infection. Really, really pleasing to get him back. And at the moment, we've got knocks and niggles, but we'll get rested up for Tuesday. And then obviously we'll go again later on in the week with the FA Cup tie to come on next Saturday. But yeah, it's the lads are putting the bodies through it, aren't they? And they're a great set of lads. There's loads of heart and character in there. We've got a top dressing room. I'll love every one of them. They're great.
And you mentioned Josh Winder there, who made his second debut for the club today. Can you just tell us a bit about that signing and what he brings?
Josh is really good. He's a strong runner. He's direct. He loves to get at players, get in behind them. And let's be fair about it. He did well here last time. He was just unfortunate with the injury he picked up. He started season really strongly, didn't he? And then lost his place due to injury, and these things happen in football, but I didn't think twice when I thought he might be available to bring him back in. He'll be great for us going forward, another local lad, but we don't just sign him because they're local lads. They've got to bring something to the party, and he can play down the left, up the middle, or down the right where he plays predominantly. And I thought he came on today and did really well for 35 minutes. He was bright, bubbly, fit lad, but technically he's decent as well, and he's a good lad off the pitch. So really pleased to get him in, and I'm expecting a lot from him.
And it was good to see some players starting to come back today, with James Stanley and now Calperthwaite both named in the squad. Are you going to have some selection headaches soon?
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping so, which is great, isn't it? They're the good headaches that you want to have. And look, we're still looking outside the group to see whether we're always trying to improve it and strengthen them. But yeah, to get them lads back and in around the squad. Calps was available if I needed him today, but I just chose not to bring him on in the end. Well, I was going to bring him on with 20 minutes to go, but we decided against it. It's a tough one, isn't it? Because it's almost like you don't have them in full time every day at week, so it's like a risk if you don't want to injure them further and keep them out for a longer period of time. But fair play. He was ready and good to go if we needed him. Stano's got good versatility and he's a good player for us. He's back from injury, and Jim as well has been struggling with his quad, and he seems to be getting there with that now. So it gives us good decisions to make, and obviously we can try and keep things as fresh as we can when lads are blowing up a little bit because of the workload that they've put in. So yeah, if somebody had said to me you'll win at Gisborne on Wednesday night in the league and in the FA Cup, and then you'll go and get a point at Blyth today, I think we'd have taken that. So yeah, pretty pleased with the week's work in total.
And we now roll on to Carlisle City on Tuesday night, and a Cumbrian derby to look forward to.
Yeah, another good game, isn't it? One of the two derbies that we've got with them and Penrith. So we'll do our own work on them. I don't know how they've got on today, but we know a little bit about them, and look, we'll do what we normally do. We'll focus on our strengths. Hopefully, with it being a derby, we'll get a good crowd on at home. The fans are really backing us. We've had a good, one of their guys today said, "I can't believe how many fans you brought here." He said they're just not used to it. So, but they're fantastic, the fans, and everybody appreciates them. Me, Gav, the whole management team, and the players. And I think today we've just fallen short where we've missed a couple of opportunities, but it wasn't through a lack of trying, that's for certain. And I said to the players, when we had the fans forum, the bare minimum, that's what the fans expect, is work rate and playing for the shirt. And these lads and myself and the management team will always give them that. So looking forward to it, and hopefully we can get 3 points and a good performance taking us into FA Cup.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jimmy.
Cheers, Dan. Thank you.